But they be saying those Chicago niggas be underestimating niggas, and y'all be thinking y'all the only gangsters. So that's why the situation played out how it played out.
I know it's gangsters everywhere. I don't play with niggas nowhere. Wow. I don't get nobody the benefit of the doubt. I can be in Wyoming. Yeah. And I know there's some street niggas somewhere around here. I know niggas rob and shoot and kill everywhere. So some Chicago niggas might move like that, but that's a narrative they push on us that's really not true. Like, you see, you meet niggas like me, I don't treat niggas like they just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, the only nigga you heard me say is a bitch ass nigga is a nigga that's from Chicago. Yellow. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, I don't be like, I know it's gangsters everywhere. So I know, like, I ain't never really been around my niggas and they just been like, oh, he from Iowa, he from Wisconsin, he a bitch, he from Indiana, he from, like, no, this shit going on.
But the reason I say that though, because it's like, all right, in Chicago, Vaughn, you think Vaughn would have ran up on a nigga and punched him first? Because usually a gunplay come right after that. So the fact that he even ran up on Quando and the first thing he thought was, I could just punch this nigga and it ain't gonna be nothing.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Because he
underestimated the nigga or underestimated the situation?
The whole situation. He was out of bounds. That's still technically, he was in they state. Like, that ain't they city, but that's they state still.
But if we keep it real, y'all, they had numbers on them though, in they state. So I think it's the mentality of Chicago niggas coming with like, man, these niggas ain't on shit, and then whole time.
I feel it just probably was something deeper behind that with them two.
Word.
That made him like, no, that we ain't finna start shooting. I'm finna punch this nigga. Like, it gotta be deeper. It was something deeper. It was something deeper, for sure.
A few things that don't make sense about that night, because the other thing I feel like a lot of people overlook is the fact that it just so happened that after the bullets started flying, Vaughn's guys pull out guns, start to shoot in, and then the police hop out of the car immediately and start shooting at Slightly and Louis, right? And another person was there. But I feel like that's something where people underestimate. I think the cops were doing surveillance on Vaughn. I think they were following him everywhere he went, because how damn near you get in a fist fight, someone shoots, and then literally within seconds, there's two police armed shooting on the scene. So I feel like Vaughn underestimated a lot of things. I think the feds were watching him everywhere he went, and I don't think he realized that.
What was it, feds who popped out and shot, or was it just cops?
Those was just state police that was just right there.
It's just a little too coincidental now. They were just right there ready to shoot.
No, it's outside of a club.
Yeah, it's like a party type area.
That make a lot of sense if they was looking at him to be the head of that case. So if they was looking at him to be the head of that case already, they already was having surveillance on him, following his every moves, because when this shit go down, we going to go get these niggas, wherever from where they at, type shit. And Vaughn got money, so they weren't going to be able to let him run. Like, damn.
Did you ever see that video of him hopping off the plane and like some feds?
I was just finna say that. I swear to God, I was just finna say that.
It make a little sense when you say that. Yeah. But from the body cam footage, it looked like just Atlanta police. If you watch, because that hookah lounge, I've been there before or whatever. Or that little spot, like before all that shit, and like there be police just chilling out there in those parking lots and shit. So I don't know, it could be, but I mean, at the end of the day, we do see a video of the feds approaching Vaughn right off the plane and like.
But also, if we found out that like a couple of Atlanta cops had been tasked with like, okay, let's follow this extremely notorious Chicago rapper and his crew around, that wouldn't be surprising in the least, you know, like that probably happens all the time.
Well, the other loose end, a lot of people think that I kind of believe behind the scenes is that I don't think it's a coincidence they ended up in that parking lot together at that time.
No, Vaughn went out of his way to go there. Yeah, he found out that he was there.
But it was a question of, did he get the drop on Quando? Did Quando get the drop on him? Or did they speak and arrange and say, yo, let's get the fade?
I think Quando was booked there, right?
I don't think he was booked at that club. Quando's official story is that he'd been to some other club and they'd been shooting a music video before, and they was just going to go in here and grab some females and grab some chicks to take back to the Airbnb.
That don't even sound right. I ain't even heard that. I ain't know that part. That don't sound right at all. That don't sound right at all. Because Vaughn, it was Top's birthday, I believe, and they was all somewhere else having a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I'm looking at the shit differently, because that's crazy.
I feel like they arranged to meet up. Maybe not even on some fighting stuff, but like to have words.
Don't you think we would know?
Yeah, I would say the police.
I think the opposite though. I think it was just miscellaneous and just fluky, just ran into each other. Because for one, Track already talked about it. He woke Vaughn up out of sleep, and it's just, if you watch the video, I don't think Quando finna sit there and try to shake the nigga hand if he really think it's all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like he was going in for the what up, and then it turned to some other shit.
Adam, you've done ecstasy before, right?
Yeah.
You don't catch a no sleep on the ecstasy.
I was gonna mention this rumor that I had heard that Vaughn was on X pill, but like the idea that he was sleeping beforehand does not really agree with that to me.
I've seen toxicology said he was off at X.
I've done ecstasy, and you ain't taking no naps. That's the last thing you're thinking about.
Hell no.
Yeah, ecstasy can stay in your system for 3 to 4 days, right?
Yeah, it can, but I think
you think he was on rolling like right now?
Rolling that night for Boss's birthday.
I mean, the nap thing to me just don't really align with that. But I mean, I've also a lot of people are a lot more habituated to ecstasy than I am. So I only probably did it maybe like 10 times in my life.
Well, there's that other video of Vaughn. He's with BJ, and they're saying in the video when he's live talking about, he's saying to the comments, "Yo, how many bodies do you think I got? More than 5? More than 5?" People are saying he's off at X pill in that video. In that video, he's
I've seen that.
But,
a lot of Chicago dudes, X pill. It's like your daily vitamin.
Yeah, I used to eat that shit like nothing. It's candy.
So many times I've just been talking to a Chicago rapper, and really a lot of rappers in general. I just kind of had to get used to it that's just not that out of the ordinary.
Man, leave those days in the past.
I can't live like that.
I'm going to change gears completely and ask you a completely different question, man. Is it true that you grew up around like the Calumet buildings?
So 59th King Drive, Calumet building is really like 3 or 4 blocks up, really. So yeah, that's the same right there.
And so, what was your experience like when they obviously knocked down those buildings and kind of because from what I understand from my research is like they knocked down those buildings and it really just screwed up the whole.
It fucked the hood up, yeah. So it's like a lot of niggas is family and shit. Like I got op cousins and shit like that, and niggas that's on the other side that used to be with us and shit like that. That's how. Niggas like J Main is BD, and he could have stories with and pictures with niggas like C-Day and shit like that when he's young because they in the building. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, that shit. I had I went to Wisconsin for like 2.5 years and came back like 05, 06. That shit that they had just tore the buildings down. But first they did it like a sweep. They're like a federal, that shit was crazy. Helicopters in the hood and shit. Police had the whole neighborhood sold up, like it was probably 1,000 police cars. People just coming out the buildings in handcuffs and shit like that. And it's like they took the money out the neighborhood. They pushed everybody else on people's blocks. And not only did they do that, at the same time they did it with the rest of Chicago. So they just taking people from all these buildings and just pushing them into other people's neighborhoods, and they got a different mentality than us. We are born on these blocks and we do shit differently. These niggas ran their own buildings. Drug rings, all type of shit, and they did what they wanted to do, so they got that same mindset, so they came on the streets like, shit, we finna take these niggas shit over, and that's where all the murders came from.
Let me ask you this then to piggyback off that. So was the Calumet building a GD building?
No, that was a BD building.
It was a BD building? Niggas be trying to say at one point you was GD and you flipped from GD to BD.
No, so I was claiming GD like on some young shit, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
But is that a block situation? Like
so what that is, so still with 59th and King Drive, we is 50% GDs, 50% BDs. Word. To this day, because how our blocks work, it's like a BD block, GD block, BD block, GD block. Yeah. Like, so it's A-Hate, that's Calumet. Brick City, that's us. King Drive, in between Calumet and shit like that. Then you got the villains, that's my daddy num block, that's Prairie, that's the main strip. These are all different names to this shit, but they just labeled it 600 because of the movement that we got. You know what I'm saying? Like the impact we made.
Yeah.
So technically that is our shit because then we be on them blocks and that's our family shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them niggas, people be seeing with me in them pictures, half of them niggas is GDs, bro.
So who was forcing the line? Like, all right, we straight BD now. Like,
no, yeah, a lot of niggas, it was only like, it was like niggas just became men and wanted to learn. Like I've been BD since I was damn near 17, 18, and I'm 34. So I wouldn't know half the shit I know if I never became a Black disciple. I learned what I really was supposed to learn, my real literature behind that shit. So that was just like, even when niggas was claiming GD and shit, I think we was kids. We didn't know what the we was doing and saying. We just throwing shit up and claiming that shit because our daddies and our uncles and shit is gangsters. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So if the niggas like, a lot of niggas just be claiming shit and they not even really, they don't even understand what they claiming. They just saying it. Like, I know everything, I know any and everything about being a Black disciple. You know what I'm saying? But that also made me know about being a gangster cypher as well, because it's damn near the same shit. It was one. And once it's damn near 360, it's damn near the same literature. Like,
Yeah, tight.
yeah.
So shout out to Everything 420. It's like the Amazon for everything that you need to get lifted. Whatever your vibe is, their app makes it super easy for you to shop for your next sesh. Shipping is fast, the packaging is super low key, and they're always running deals. Tap into the app and use code NOJUMPER to get a little something off. Shout out to Everything 420.